Oh, hey, welcome back to another album of the week. So the album this week is Dangerous. Stick around to find out why. And as usual, I'll be revealing my standout track. So if you're not sure whether you're going to like this album, jump straight into that track and find out. So before we get started, and this is the last time I'll mention it, I promise. If you're not sure what this YouTube channel is all about and why we're here and what I'm doing, then click the link. Should be up there. And that will take you back to my first video that explains everything that I'm trying to achieve. Also, if you are a subscriber and you like the recommendations, but you don't always have time to watch the YouTube channel, then I do send all of the audio out to the podcast. So wherever you get your normal podcasts, you can sign up for Album of the Week, same logo, same person, same everything. And you'll be able to go and listen to me on the move and you'll be able to hear all the recommendations there. So thanks for all the podcast listeners already. Really appreciate you downloading and taking the time to listen. So let's get to this week's album. Little story behind this one. So when I was a teenager, there was no such thing as digital music services. You had to go to a record store and browse through all of the different records and find something that you wanted or that you already heard about. Shock horror, I know, no digital streaming. What did we do? Well, I used to love doing that. I used to go to the record shop as much as possible and I'd rummage around and find all kinds of stuff. A lot of the time, I'd never even heard of it. Things that would jump out at me because of the title, the band name, or the album cover. So stuff like these. Never heard of them, but I used to pay for them, $1.99 for a CD single, and bring them home, and always loved being surprised by what was there. Quite often, they'd be in the bargain basement bin, or just EPs with a couple of tracks on them. Whatever they were, if they interested me, I'd grab them, take them home and listen to them. And that's pretty much what happened to this week's album. Something caught my eye, and as you can see, as a surfer of nearly 25 years, when you see a wave, doesn't matter where it is, doesn't matter what it's on, you're kind of drawn to it, like a moth to a flame. And when I came across this album, I just had to have it in my collection. Didn't matter what the music was, didn't matter what the genre was, I wanted it. So I came across this album quite a while ago, and I remembered it a few weeks ago when I was visiting some friends, some old friends that I used to work with. I was driving home, felt really good for seeing them and for catching up with them, and I remembered this album for a specific reason. Right at the beginning, track 1, a lady comes on and she's recording a voicemail to a friend of hers, and she was saying that basically she was hanging out with a load of friends and that they were all thinking of that particular person and how much they were loved and how much they were being thought of, and if that they ever needed anything, she was there. And that's exactly how I felt after seeing my friends. So if you go through some difficult times like I've had in the last couple of weeks and you meet up with some friends and they give you reassurance, they've been through it as well, you come out the other side a strong person, you feel much better about your situation and you're grateful for that encounter. So I just want to say thank you to those work friends. You know who you are. Thanks a lot for that. So the band in question is a band called The Dangerous Summer. They've been around since 2006 and had a little bit of a peppered history. They've had various releases on a couple of different labels, but by far their best album, in my opinion, is Mother Nature from 2019. They've had a couple of albums since then, but I think this is an absolutely brilliant album to get going with if you're just discovering this band. So there's several reasons to love this album. Firstly, when you normally listen to an album, you get track, gap, track. Standard. This particular album, no. The first 4 tracks, back to back, non-stop. You're a third of the way through the album before you even know it. So the second reason to love this album is the way that the singer AJ Padermo attacks these vocals. He's fully committed and does not hold back. There's a real intensity to the way that he brings this album alive, and it brings a level of integrity as well to this album that many don't have. Links to the album on all the major platforms I'll put in the comments below. Where possible, I try to also link to the band's YouTube channel or their own web pages or anything else like that. So have a quick look, and if you want to follow them, you can. If you haven't subscribed, then what are you playing with? Just hit the button, you never miss a video. And let's crack on with my standout track. So my standout track this week is track 6. It's starting over Slow Down. It's a really heartfelt song and almost like a rock ballad. Watch for the change up halfway through. Not many people have done it this well. I think it's a really brilliant piece of engineering, really brilliant piece of musicianship, and it's a fantastic way to switch the track up and keep your interest. It's really, really good. I really enjoy that. So best listen to, I like to listen to when I'm heading to the coast. I think this is a journey album. You put this on, time just disappears. You'll be at your destination in no time. Quite often when I've been heading out for the surf and I'm on my way to the coast, then yeah, this album will come straight on. So to sum up, it's a wonderful album full of promise and grit and honesty that a lot of albums lack. And once you get into it, I think you'll have it on repeat loads. So thanks for watching. I appreciate your time. And wherever you're going this weekend, take this album with you and I think you'll love it. Cheers. Have a good Easter.